There's a common saying in the content creation world, and that is that you should never delete any of your old videos. So today I'm going to tell you the story of how one of my least favorite videos is the one that went viral. Let's get right into it. If you're new here, my name is Liz and I help coaches and consultants add video to their business. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss any of my future content. Now, this is actually not a funny story, but I do feel compelled to share this because I know that many entrepreneurs create videos and then they cringe when they look back at some of their older videos. They always say to me, Liz, should I just delete them? I can't stand the way that I look or the way that I sound, and it just gives me the creeps to look at it. I always recommend that people do not delete their previous videos. And I want to give you some of the reasons why, and I want to tell you my own personal story around this. So first, let's backtrack a little bit. For those of you who don't know this, I serve as a video coach for coaches and consultants. So if you have difficulty showing up on camera or developing camera confidence or adding video to your business, then I'm your girl. That's what I do. But even before I started this business, I had another business, which is still running to this day, and that's an event management company. So I will go out and manage all of your events and do the consulting for all the preparation behind that and all the usual things that an event management company would do. That's where my viral video comes into play. So around 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago? Yeah. Around 2 years ago, in the middle of the pandemic, I had to host a virtual event. So virtual events were never really a thing before that. But remember, during the pandemic, everybody started having virtual events. Everyone was on Zoom, everyone was live streaming. It became a whole thing. And for me, with an event management company, I had to quickly decide what to do with myself when the pandemic hit because most events were closed and shut down. So I also transitioned to virtual events. I learned how to do the tech for them. I learned how to pitch clients so that I could approach them with the idea of doing a virtual event, did all of that stuff. So alongside that, I started emceeing a lot of virtual events as well. After a while, I got really comfortable doing that and it became quite a bit easier for me. So I decided maybe I'll shoot a YouTube video about that. But I didn't really want to shoot that video because my niche that I had built my channel on was about video marketing. It was not about emceeing or any of that stuff. So one thing that often comes up for business owners when they have YouTube channels is the question of, should I post videos that have nothing to do with my niche? Usually the answer is no. Keep your videos on your niche so that your audience knows what to expect because they're subscribed to you so that they could hear from you on that topic, not every topic under the sun. So I basically broke that rule back then and I decided to post this video. That's the first thing. The second thing is, back in that day, I didn't really have any tools that I was using for video editing. Really, I was just editing with some free tools that I had on my computer, and I was just making do with that. So I was not really happy with my style of editing. That was the second thing that was bothering me. I felt like, if I put out a video that's not on my niche and has really kind of bland and simple editing, is anyone in the world going to watch this? So that was another thing. Nowadays, I tell my students, start with what you have. Even the free tools that you have on your computer and on your phone are perfectly good enough as long as you make it look professional, legible, and it just meets your audience where they are. Typically, an audience that is watching my videos, they're usually people around age 30 and up. So they don't care that much about the fanciness of the text or the font or any of that stuff. If I was appealing to Generation Z, then definitely editing would have to be a big deal. But this was the second thing on my mind. And the third thing, lean in to hear this. So remember when the pandemic hit, how a bunch of us were just in lockdown and sitting at home all the time, working from home or doing things like that? Well, I was also one of those people, and I actually started eating a lot of snacks when the pandemic first hit. And I was just sitting at home and feeling hungry all the time. And, long story short, I added 22 pounds. So it's not a big deal. This video is not about weight or any of that type of thing. But the reality is I was feeling a little bit bad about myself. Not that I was 22 pounds heavier, but really just that I had stopped exercising altogether and I had just kind of let myself get to a point where I was just binge eating snacks all day long and not really doing anything about it. So that was also kind of heavily weighing on my mind at the time. So when I shot this video, I was looking at the video footage back and thinking, wow, people are going to start saying that I've gained weight and they're going to start making comments about my appearance and all of that. Side story, one day I came on Facebook Live and I did a Facebook Live about some topic. And somebody came on and in the comments, they said, wow, you got so fat in the comments. And to be honest with you, the 22 pounds that I had added on still did not make me look that much larger than I already was, because I already had a slim body. But the fact that somebody had come on a live stream with people watching and said that already made me feel a little bit bad and hesitant. So here I was trying to post this video with these 3 things on my mind. Anyway, I recorded the video, I published it, it was out there. So people were watching it randomly, no big deal, no big thing. But what I did right was I titled the video, How to MC a Virtual Event, because isn't that exactly what a person would type into the search engine if they wanted to MC a virtual event? I didn't come up with any cute names or clever names or something that was cryptic. I put in exactly what somebody would search in YouTube for that topic. This is the first thing to always keep in mind. Your topics will only be found by people if they are looking for those topics. If you spend your time making these titles that are only relevant to you or sound interesting to you, but nothing that somebody would actually search, it's going to have a really hard time getting found and picked up. So people started actually searching for this event. Why? Because the second thing that I did right was I posted a video that was very timely. If you post a video on a topic that is actually a big deal at that time, then there's of course a higher likelihood that people are searching for it. 10 years ago, if I had posted a video saying how to MC a virtual event, nobody would even have known of such a topic or even thought of searching of it. But in the height of a pandemic, when all events were virtual events, and one by one, virtual events were being hosted and they all needed MCs who were struggling to figure out how to be an MC for this type of an event, it was very timely and relevant to people. So that got picked up. And the third thing that I did right, that I only realized when I was reading back the many comments on this video, was the fact that I didn't gatekeep anything. I basically sat on a chair in that video and talked about everything that came to my mind when I was emceeing virtual events. I didn't leave a single thing out. There was no stone unturned. So that third thing that I did right was that I shared the value. I didn't just hook people in with clickbait and then just give them a few fluffy things and then send them off on their way asking them to subscribe. It was a full-length video where I went in detail about a lot of the things that come up during virtual events that people don't even think about, especially an MC during a virtual event. Think about the mindset of an MC in that scenario. Not only do they have to MC as usual, but now they have to deal with the technology and the online aspect. So people who are searching for those videos are actually looking for real tactical strategies that they can implement right away. And that's what I gave them. I only realized this when I was reading back the comments from people who were saying this was so helpful and it's really given them a leg up when they MC a virtual event. So even though I was feeling bad about 3 things, I actually did 3 things really right in that video. And this video ended up having, at this point, I think 25,000 views or so, which is a lot for a small channel like mine. So I'm encouraging you to remember that if you've got a topic that you know really well and it is timely and you think that even a portion of your audience might enjoy that, you can create a separate playlist on your YouTube channel and then upload that video there. That's one thing that you can do if you're worried about adding something that's completely off niche. That way your regular subscribers will see that it is on a playlist that's not really meant to go along with all the things that they are usually watching because they're subscribed to you. And instead, everybody will just understand there that it's another topic that is of interest to you. So this story is something that I tell all the time because I want to remind you and my students that taking a risk and just putting out the video is always a good thing. The way that we beat ourselves up about our videos and the way that we overthink and overanalyze them all the time, it has no relevance in the story. The actual important thing with every video is how the viewer feels about it. Is it value for them? Is it something that they are looking for right now? Is it going to inspire them to take action? Is it going to give them some steps that they can actually implement today so that they can be better tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then put out the video, my friend. So if you like this video, I hope that you will give it a like, share it off with one of your friends. Don't forget to subscribe because every single Tuesday, I bring you a new video teaching you how you can add video to your business. So until next time, take care.